Thank you for joining the Make It Make Sense show. It's your boy, Trader Truth, a.k.a. Larry Earl Hintone III. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. That fat lady is named Kate Smith. An early 20th century singer. One of her most famous songs that she had a rendition of was God Bless America. Literally the phrase, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. This is the fat lady that they talking about. She had a statue. They took it down in 2019 because of two songs. One of which was named Pickaninny Heaven. I'm going to say that again to you. Pickaninny Heaven. Pickaninny. Derives from the term pick a nigga. It's the etymological ancestor of the word picnic. Understand these things. But there was another song that she had that was even more diabolical. It's called That's Why Darkies Were Made, or Darkies Were Born, I believe. I want to make sure I get this correct. That's Why Darkies Were Born, 1931. Yeah, they took her statue down because it was controversial. I wonder why. Let's find out. I'm going to adjust my microphone here for a second. Give me a second. Make sure you can hear this real good.
At Domino's, we know there's a lot of pressure to tip these days. Which is why we want to say thanks for the tip by tipping you back. Tip your driver $3 or more online and we'll tip you $3 to use on next week's order.
And it seemed that someone left it to
Yeah. She didn't make no beans about it, did she? She didn't make no beans about it. Got straight to the point. So, as we pontificate this past presidential debate, and what I hear now, the hot button term is black jobs. What is a black job? What is a black job? I'll tell you what a black job is. Spoken by not my sister, but somebody's sister, Kate Smith. If you didn't catch the lyrics, I know sometimes it's hard to hear with that old music. You know, that's why we got modern technology now. But let me read the lyrics to you so you can really get a sense of what these two white men were talking about. Brothers, sisters, when this world began, there was work to be done. And it seems that someone left it to the colored man. Brothers, sisters, what must be, must be. Though the balance is wrong, still your faith must be strong. Accept your destiny. Someone had to pick the cotton. Someone had to pick the corn. Someone had to slave and be able to sing. That's why darkies were born. Someone had to laugh at trouble, though he was tired and worn. Had to be contented with an old thing, with any old thing. That's why darkies were born. Sing, sing, sing when you're weary, and sing when you're blue. Sing, sing, that's what you taught all them white folks to do. Someone had to fight that old devil. Shout about Gabriel's horn. Someone had to stoke that old train that would bring God's children to green pastures. That's why darkies were born. Now I'm going to sit back here and I'm going to finish smoking my blunt and sipping my drink. And I want y'all to think about that. I want you to really analyze that. This was the lady that they allowed. I'm gonna tie all this shit together because that's what we do and make it make sense. This was the lady that back in the day when your parents and grandparents went to sleep, she was the one that sung the national anthem. When that flag came on, the TV went off. It ain't over to the fat lady sing. This is the fat lady we talking about. She was considered first lady of radio. So her importance should not be understated. You heard what she said. Someone got to sing even when they tired and worn. That's why the darky was born. And what are we doing now? Tired and worn, and we just keep a tapping and a singing. Niggas just keep hitting beats and singing. Why we tired and worn? Because that's why the nigga was born. She said it. So when they come on to the debate and talk about black jobs, and we sit back here uneducated because we still suffering from the political abuse of the black woman. That's come next in the show. We still suffering from that. We still hung up on what is a black job? What is a black job? Nigga, picking cotton is a black job, nigga. What part don't you understand? Being the cashier at Burger King when they come through your line and they want a burger so they can go back to their $100,000 job, that's a nigga job. Let's stop calling it black job. Let's call it what it is, a nigga job, a slave job. Because you notice how both of them said it. Even the moderator, they all agree on something. The niggas got a place. So while you sitting around here wondering which one of these devils to vote, because even she said it, somebody got to defeat the devil and shout Gabriel's horn. Somebody got to do it. Yeah, I know. I warned you from the first show. I'm going to hurt your feelings. I do not care. When you go to the hospital with a broken leg, you have to go to triage. They have to touch it. They have to assess it. It's going to hurt until the healing come. Sorry. If you're okay, we're going through a 90-day probationary period for your Mr. White Man corporate job, and you're dealing with the bullshit he put you through, not knowing if you're going to lose the job, if you're going to keep it, all that trauma that you go through to feed your kid, then you can deal with Trader Truth's mouth right now. Because I'm telling you the truth. You know what a black job is? Sweeping that goddamn floor at wherever you sweep that floor at, because they ain't gonna do it. They've proved that to you because they ain't gonna do it. You know what a black job is? Slaving outside in the hot sun, because they ain't gonna do it. Matter of fact, they can't do it. Let's go back to the lyrics. I didn't say it. Kate Smith said it. Brothers, sisters, when the world began, there was work to be done, and it seems that someone left it to the colored man. Now, I don't know what is the most powerful opening line to a song that I have ever heard in my entire Negro, Black, colored, African-American life than that. Because that sums up everything that we're going through right now. That sums it up. Because I've always asked myself, why do these people act the way they act towards us? Why do they act so diabolical? Why does everything they do? Why? Let's go back to Kate Smith. Brothers, sisters, when the world began, there was work to be done. And it seems that someone left it to the colored man. What she mean by that? Let's unpack this, as Roland would say. That shiftless Negro. Let's unpack this. She said, somebody got to grow the cotton. Why? Because if you do your research, cotton has some properties that other plants don't, which is why they like cotton. What I'm about to say is real. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I really don't give a shit. But it's the truth. See, cotton blocks vitamin D. Oh, you. How do we know cotton and wool blocks vitamin D? This is about to be a real conversation. Why we all the Lamb of God? Come on. How do we know that cotton and wool blocks vitamin D? You don't need to be a scientist. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need to know anything to use common sense. You know how we know it blocks vitamin D? Which is a byproduct of the sun. Not really a byproduct. It's actually the weapon of the sun, to be totally honest. See, God left us a weapon that we can use at any time we want to defeat our enemy. He left it right there. It's full of potential energy. All we got to do is turn it to kinetic. How do we know that wool and cotton and leather? How do we know these things block vitamin D? Because white folk use that as their clothing. Now I'm going to hit my blunt again and drink my drink and sit back and let you think about that for a second. Because what was we using for clothing beforehand? And this goes to another reason why they hate marijuana so much, which is why I'm going to smoke this motherfucker. I don't care who like it and who don't. This is why they hate hemp so much. They swear upon leather sole shoes. They swear upon cotton and wool. Why? Because otherwise they all would get melanoma and die. I know you don't want to hear that. I know that's the conversation that no black people want to have right now. No white people want to have. Well, they having it. They are having the conversation. See, you just don't know it. But I'm going to give you 2 words to when you know when they talking about why darkies were born. Here's when anytime you hear these 2 words, when you hear these 2 words, you know that they're talking about black jobs. Your boy Trader Truth. Thank you for joining the Make It Make Sense podcast. Listen, we turned up. We turned up. Listen, make it make sense. Black jobs, political abuse of the black woman. This is what we talking about right now. We having real conversations that nobody's gonna like. You can't cancel me because I don't have nothing for you to fucking cancel. But you gonna cancel me back to being broke? Have at it. Good luck. I do broke well. I wear poor really good. Make It Make Sense podcast. Thank you for joining in. Is it a podcast or is it a show? You let me know. Is this a podcast or a show? I don't know. I'm uneducated when it comes to it. I just got a microphone, a beat machine, the laptop, and we ready to go. Talk shit. Talk truth. Enjoy the music a little bit. Take a break. I want you to think about that. Let me turn the music back. No. You got to understand homework. Yes. This is homework. It's a school. Ask yourself, if we departed from the service industry like all other nations have, what power would white people have? once again, Make It Make Sense show. It's your boy Trader Truth. We are talking today about black jobs. And the political abuse of black women. What do you mean by political abuse against black women, Trader Truth? I'm going to keep this subject matter real simple and short because I don't want to go here too long. They have black women voting and entering. I shall say this. Our women have been pushed into a position where they are entering into a political arena, educated, ill-informed, and scared. They have been given the task of leading this black community forward into the next million years. And they are making million-year decisions out of fear that has been induced by the mainstream media, that has been induced by both political parties at this point. Because the main objective is this: the new bunch of slaves are not going to serve you. They don't speak your language and they refuse to learn it. They're not going to spend money on you. When they get their money, they send it home. They don't shop at your Winn-Dixie or your Kroger or your Piggly Wiggly or your Costco or your Fred's or your Ted's or whatever it is. They at the La Maquiaca or the Cotaino or the Ideal or the Halal or the Asian Mart. Your new bunch of slaves don't reciprocate that money back with you. So you have a fundamental economic problem, white people. And your greatest fear is for Trader Truth to start his show called Make It Make Sense Show featuring Trader Truth, aka Larry Earl Hintone the third. Hey, we just spitting the facts to you and we're gonna give it to you like this. Hey, listen, hey, black jobs. We talking black jobs and the political abuse of black women in America. Yeah, that's what we talking about. Break it down. Serious matter. Are women who have maneuvered their way into corporate America have literally been traumatized politically. And this is nothing new. The right wing keep keeps you so scared of them that you go vote for their left wing every single time. Every time. Every time they need you to. They just scare you a little bit with a little bit of racism. Ooh, we're going to flood the streets and we're going to kill all the niggers. You go vote right for whatever dummy they put in front of your face. Because in your mind, you scared now. Ooh, they going to start back lynching us again. So you vote in fear. But yet you say you're Christian. It boggles my mind. Make it make sense. Your doctrine say you ain't supposed to live in fear of no man. But they got you so scared. I heard a woman say, here's how it went. The argument started off about the debate. I said, we might be in trouble. She said, but listen, but we still can't let Trump in office. And I'm looking, I'm like, okay, all right, I get it, but why though? Because I think now when we use the argument, we got to vote for the lesser of two evils. Well, now we got to say, why do I have to vote for Biden? Why do I need Trump out of why? Now you got to tell me why. Because before I got it, was scared, racism, threats, the January 6th, all this different stuff that you can point to say, that's why. Okay, but now you got to give me a legitimate reason why. Because that man stood up there. And I get, and here's what I'll be willing to say. This ain't what I'm gonna say. I don't care how you feel. I believe if they would have asked the question to Donald Trump that we've always asked white people to answer, that they never really seem to want to do on a regular basis. If you'd have said, Donald Trump, you know, I've been talking to Black America, and it seems as if all they want is a genuine apology. Are you willing to do that, Donald Trump? I believe Donald Trump would be like, hey, you know what, Black America, man, I'm sorry. I know I ain't had nothing to do with it, but I'm sorry. My people, we fucked up. We gonna try to fix it. I believe he would say that. And then Biden would say, oh, but I beat Medicare. That type shit. So like now you got to give me a reason why, because everything that you've been programmed to say, oh, he was belligerent and attacked. No, he didn't. I watched the whole debate. He didn't attack Biden. He didn't start name calling that man. That was Biden doing that. But that's what happened when you're in delusion. When you're so delusional, or when you're so in control by that teleprompter and you didn't watch the debate. Why? Because you already know what's up. That could be an explanation. Because they either look like one of the two. The liberal media looks like one of the two things right now. They're blatant liars and they think we're all stupid, which, or two, half of them didn't watch the debate and they're just coming on. They got a paper and they reading the teleprompter and they're just doing a job, a black job. Because for you to say Donald Trump was spewing this and Biden didn't fall for the bait. What? Did you watch the debate? Donald Trump called that man a sucker. He said he was sleeping with the prostitute. He pulled out every dirtbag move he could have. Not saying he was wrong, but he did that. Trump didn't respond to none of that. So I'm trying to. Trump lied the whole time. That's all he did. Maybe he lied the whole time. Okay. So then at that point, ain't it your responsibility to call him out on his lie immediately? But bro, you don't know the numbers. You can't follow your own policy at this point. So we got a fire alarm in the building, folks. Listen, this happens all the time. We're going to take a pause for the calls, see what's going on, and we'll be right back at you. Make It Make Sense show. We're live. These things that happens when you're live. Real shit happen when you live. See, this ain't no produced when they say they live, but they really ain't live. No, this is it.